All right, we are going to go over how to add and subtract decimals. So the very first thing that you must know when you're adding and subtracting decimals is to line them up. That is super important that you line the decimals up. If your decimals are not lined up, you're not going to be able to add and subtract them correctly. So let's say I have this number. Okay, so I have 24 and 97 hundredths plus 1 and 38 hundredths. Just like we did when we compared decimals, I'm going to drop the decimals down first. See how I drop them down in line? I'm going to put the 2 and 4 in front and the 9 and 7 behind. The 1 comes right before the decimal, so I put that right under the 4, and then the 3 and the 8. Now I can add. If I don't have a digit there, I can go ahead and I can replace that with a 0. And now I can go ahead and add. 7 plus 8 is 15. 9 plus 1 is 10. Plus 3 is 13. I bring my decimals down. 4 plus 1 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. And 2 plus 0 is 2. Okay, so I know that 24 and 97 hundredths plus 1 and 38 hundredths is actually equal to 26 and 35 hundredths. Remember, the key is to line them up. All right, so we're going to do another one. Let's this time do So this time we're going to do 1,345 and 2/10 plus 1 and 375 thousandths. Remember, the first thing I have to do is line them up. So I'm going to drop my decimals down and I'm going to fill in. I know I have a 1, 3, 4, and 5 before the decimal. And I have a 2 after. Okay, that's that number. When I look here, I only have a 1 before the decimal. So that goes right there. And then I have a 3, a 7, and a 5. See how my decimals are lined up and my numbers are. What did I say I could put in the places that did not have a number? That's right, I can put a 0. And now I can go ahead and I can add. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 7 is 7. 2 plus 3 is 5. Bring my decimal down. 5 plus 1 is 6. 4 plus 0 is 4. 3 plus 0 is, is 3. 1 plus 0 is 1. So I get 1,346 and 575 thousandths. Remember, I had to line my decimals up. You do the same exact thing when you subtract. And we're going to practice that right now. Like I said, subtraction is the same thing. You have to remember to line them up. Okay, so let's practice. We're going to have 465 and 2/10 minus 237 thousandths. My first step is to drop my decimals down and line them up correctly. 465 before the decimal. Then 2 after it. Do I have any numbers before the decimal here? No, I just have them after. Okay. So now I go ahead and in the places that do not have a number, I can put zeros. Okay. And now I go ahead and I subtract. I cannot do 0 minus 7. I cannot do that. So I have to go over to the next digit, which is a 0. But I can't borrow from that. So I have to go over again. Okay. This 2 becomes a 1, which makes this 0 become a 10. But then I have to borrow from that 10 here. So that really becomes a 9. And this now becomes a 10. So 10 minus 7 is 3. 9 minus 3 is 6. I cannot do 1 minus 2, so I have to come over here. That becomes a 4. This becomes an 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. Drop my decimal down. 4 minus 0 is 4. 6 minus 0 is 6. And 4 minus 0 is 4. Remember, the key here is to always line your decimals up. If your decimals are not lined up, then you will not get the correct answer. Subtraction, line them up. Addition, line them up every single time. So draw those decimals, drop them down, and then put the numbers in order. Continue practicing.